Subi, we'll say it again. If you are a Charlotte Phoenix fan, you are rooting for Compadres here. You want them to get the win because if they can, that top 4 finish is going to be invaluable. Charlotte Phoenix can then coast to the finish, and you still want to finish. Top 4 is good, but top 2 is the best because one of those teams is guaranteed to get into the RLCS. So Charlotte Phoenix fans rooting for Compadres, but Afterthought is going to be a staunch opponent for these guys.
I don't think that this is going to be a 3-0 sweep like I predicted in the last series.
And you were right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I just have to say, well done.
Thank you, sir. It feels good sometimes.
How to do it.
Sometimes you get them right. But I'm not that confident in this one to even call a 3-1 or a 3-2. These boys on the Compadre roster, very dangerous, and it wouldn't surprise me if they do win. I just think Afterthought has a little better shot, as you were talking about, with the experience of the veterans on this team.
And you know that the history of these players must be lingering in the back of their opponents' minds as well. As the net is vulnerable, a quick start for Afterthought off the pass from Dapper.
And it takes 6 seconds to put the first goal on board. Dapper showing his speed right away with a beautiful pass over to Sathu.
And the selflessness, he gave his life for that goal. Now kickoff again, Shock with the challenge, bumps Sathu. Now on the other end, 2 kickoff goals. 10 seconds, 2 goals, and we're back at the start.
They just said, hey, all right, we're going to reset. Let's restart game number 1, take 10 seconds off the clock. And that's how you want to answer if you're the Compadres.
The pinch off of Shock. I think it was Shock, and then they ran into each other in the back. See if another quickly off kickoff goal takes place. A lot of action following the kickoffs early on. This one, boom, downfield. And that hit from Astro was very risky.
The precision just on display there, the confidence in his shooting ability.
He knew he had to make the touch, and there wasn't room to make a mistake. That would have looked bad. Dapper off the back wall down, and the dunk sends it right back to Shock. Another shot coming in. Shock quickly getting up behind that ball. ZPS harassing him. We saw ZPS getting physical in the previous series versus Zookeepers. Double commit from Compadres. Sathu shooting towards net. Skills got back in time. Off the ceiling, ZPS clears it to the side. Sathu waiting, centers it. It's popped up. Dapper, shot towards net. That one blocked.
And Afterthought starting their offensive surge. Good 50-50 there from ZPS. And Astro waiting patiently for the touch from Dapper. Gonna go ahead and turn around, and their Skills booming it up to ZPS. Great pass forward, but Sathu with an even better read to clear all the way down to the orange box.
Big clear from Sathu would relieve the pressure. Now the attack is on. Sathu shot towards net. Skills well saved, hitting it to the corner. Dapper can't center it. Now the counterattack is on. ZPS flicking it past Sathu. Tries to get it past Dapper, but it goes straight up. Astro off the sidewall. Skills couldn't get it. ZPS was there. And now Skills. A high hit off to the side. Dapper misses the hit. Sathu will take over, gets the clear. And Afterthought are out of trouble for now.
And if you're on Afterthought right now, you got to put a little GPS tracker on Skills. He's one of the top goal scorers in the rival series. He has 28 coming into this series.
Got to get those alerts set up. Don't let Skills near the net. Shock. Can't get it. Skills with good speed. Stay with the ball. Plenty of boost. Dribbles by one. Tries to mind game another. It's popped straight up. Double commit. And that hit goes wide. Skills turning on it. And Afterthought under attack right now. All starting from that Skills pressure.
They're definitely under a lot of pressure, but all 3 members perfect as far as boost is concerned, but here comes Astro off the ceiling, gets the second one on the board for the Compadres.
Astro doing it all by himself. Sathu was just a bit too slow, and Astro, the speed, decides in a split second to just continue driving up the ceiling, jumps immediately, never lets go of boost. A speedy boy, Astro getting the go-ahead goal for Compadres. And we're under the 2-minute mark. So another save comes out from Compadres. Backboard bounce, Dapper drops it down for Shock, and Shock hits that post. The follow-up threaded by Sathu.
What a picture-perfect shot from Sathu. Had the smallest target to aim at and goes inside that bottom left post. ZPS couldn't quite reach it, goes off his fingernails, and Afterthought tie the game up.
That placement is, you can't really ask for much better placement than that. Sathu sniping that corner. Shock will take this back, gets the boost spawning in time. Will have plenty of boost to work with, stays with the ball. Shot towards net. He made Astro stretch for that one.
I don't think anybody was expecting the amount of power he got on that Astro. A little bit of boost and just missed that double tap. Good attempt there, and Dapper clears things up for his team, gives him a little bit of breathing room, but Shock coming in, a little bit of miscommunication on the side of Afterthought. Let's see if that haunts him going into the final minute of gameplay.
Sathu did a good job there of stealing that boost. Now the shot from Shock, just wide, pressure continuing to mount. Dapper gets the boost steal. Shock off the corner, counterattack, shut down by Sathu, but it's right back out to Skills. Dapper clearing downfield. ZPS leaves it for Astro. Astro getting harassed by Dapper. Or Shock, rather. Now Dapper getting bumped out of the way. Skills blocked by Sathu. Center ball, that's not what you want to see. Scary moment, Sathu passing it into the middle, and now Astro just missing out on that shot opportunity. Compadres on the late attack. Shock upfield. This one touches the ground, and we've got overtime. Game one tied at 2 apiece. Next goal gonna take the win.
I told you, James, this is gonna be a close matchup. Compadres gonna give everything they have to keep their top 6 dreams alive.
And a massive stop from Shock. Those reads difficult to make under pressure. Easy to misread those and cost yourselves the game. Long hit, Skills last back. To the corner, Astro out to the middle. Over to Shock. Shock goes for the shot. Oh, he had the pass opportunity as well. ZPS gonna get that touch.
Oh, great demo.
We saw multiple overtimes in the Compadres and Zookeeper series. Compadres coming out on top in that series. Chance to get another overtime win. The shot. And now a 2v1. Dapper passes it over. It's flipped up in the air. And Astro will take over. We saw Astro already make one play on the ceiling, thinking about going for another.
And right now, Afterthought doing a great job with those demos to open things up. But Compadres just staring down the face of adversity right now, refusing to be turned away. Shock puts this right back into the corner, and a dunk off that back wall. Skills clears the ball to the side, and we continue to play in overtime.
Back and forth. Astro picking up full boost, but his teammate's low. That hit, net could be vulnerable. The miss hit from Shock, he's not able to connect. Looked like he was going for the center pass. Now popped up in the air for Dapper. Dapper by one. Almost getting the double tap, and it's cleaned up from Sathu. Afterthought with the win in overtime.
And what a way to get a hat trick. You carry your team to victory. But the pass from Dapper, so ever important to boom it all the way downfield. And Afterthought come out of game one alive.
You called out Sathu.
And he listened.
He certainly did. A hat trick in game 1. 3 goals on 8 shots.
Pretty good performance from him, but a great performance from Afterthought as a whole. You've got 17 shots in game number 1. That's just some offense right there. They're just peppering the net, just trying to open it.
Compadres were right there with them. There was a few key moments, though, where the Afterthought defense held strong. We saw Shock getting that key touch off the backboard. I didn't see who it was that got the second touch in overtime to prevent the shot coming in, but some scary moments there for Afterthought. Compadres looked fierce on the offensive side multiple times, so this definitely not a one-sided affair like we saw with Charlotte Phoenix versus Zookeepers. This a much closer match. Afterthought barely getting away with a win on that one.
Well, the Compadres haven't been swept the entire season. They're going to make it a tough series for you. They're not going to hand over wins to your team easily. They're going to make you put up a fight, and that's what we saw. Afterthought, one of the best teams in the league, and Compadres looking like they're matching them pace for pace, blow for blow, up and down the field, and their defense is what allowed them to stay so tight in this game, but they can't rely on that too much, especially with 17 shots put on the board.
They were giving a lot of space to Afterthought to put shots on target, but there were also those 2 kickoff goals that we saw at the start of the game. But, I mean, they kind of washed each other out. 10 seconds in, we had 2 goals already. Can't forget about that.
Just helped Sathu to get his hat trick there.
No kickoff goal this time. As game 2 gets underway, Dapper, the challenge. Skills is up. Gets his flip back off the ceiling. Didn't help him out too much there. He will get the corner boost and get back. Save from Astro. Hit upfield. Skills was there waiting. ZPS gets the bump. He didn't have enough boost for the shot, but he did manage to get the bump.
That was a great idea there to try and take out the defender. Couldn't read the ball. That's a very difficult read with that low of boost, but didn't know it wasn't going to find its way. The pass and shot a little too high. Skills going to want that one back.
What an effort that was from ZPS, however, at 0 boost to get that pass. Compadres controlling the momentum in game 2. Another infield pass forces Shock to backflip into it. Shock going for the challenge, does win that 50-50 and gets the boost. Ball kicks out into the middle. Sathu and Dapper both dive for it. Shock will have to buy time, and he does, hitting it downfield.
Great clear to put power on it, to put his team into the offensive half, and Dapper shoots that one on target. ZPS was already up, so kind of scrambles around and just decides to launch this into the blue corner. Astro's up, coming off the ceiling, and Shock reads it well.
Shock playing great defense all around, even in game 1, just all over the place, getting stop after stop.
And he already has a savior medal in game number 2. There's still 3 minutes to go in this game.
Perhaps he can double up. Shock with the challenge. Ball out into the middle. Dapper going for a piece. Sathu hits it off the backboard. But thinking about going for that double tap, but he saw the defender in position. Sathu racing to it. Bouncing down, double commit. Sathu has to get back in time. It's a race. Astro couldn't get the boost. And you see him not able to get the hit. Nobody clipped that. But the ball's finally cleared.
Oh,
Dapper,
boy.
the dribble pass, and Shock with the finish.
Dapper putting his dribbles skills on display, carries this into the box, says, here you go, buddy, and Shock puts it down low, puts the first one on the board for himself in this series.
This is not the Lethamyr dribble challenge, Dapper. But he made it look like it. That dribble pass, putting it up on a tee for Shock. Dapper, the shot, and Afterthought get another one quickly.
And Dapper, with his first goal of the series, wants to get involved on the offensive end. nobody home for the Compadres, starting to just scramble on defense.
You saw ZPS was trying to clear that ball downfield, ended up just centering it. Didn't get much contact on the ball, but got enough to put it in a bad spot for his teammates. ZPS, great pass, and that one off the post. We've seen multiple quality passes from ZPS that just don't get the shots that are needed.
Yeah, that's 2 now that they wish they had back. Should have been goals. And this game should have been tied, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. And Afterthought holding on to this lead.
Sathu up the sideline. Shock will help him out. Astro can't flick it by. Dapper was going for demo as well. Shock getting a piece of the ball. Skills will go upfield. Centers it. Another shot turned aside. ZPS going for the backboard. He'll be out of boost. Skills off the backboard. Astro can't get there in time. Astro completely out of boost. ZPS doesn't have that bounce, but he got the bump. It looked like. The flick stopped by ZPS. Compadres keeping Afterthought locked down in their half right now. And that shot from ZPS. Where was this angle?
That's what I'm wondering. Where did this angle come from? Comes off the side wall and carries it through. Looks like he bumped Shock to open things up. But ZPS scoring right when the Compadres needed it most. Under a minute to go, still down by 1.
Those 2-goal swings can happen so quickly. We've seen it with just seconds left on the clock. Compadres, new life for them in game 2 after that goal. ZPS to the corner. Skills is waiting. Shock is there. One more goal for Afterthought. That would put this one away. Compadres looking to tie it up. Dapper in the air, challenge. This kicks out to the side. Shock down towards the backboard. ZPS slows the play down. Skills trying to help out. Shock keeping the ball in the half. ZPS, a booming hit. Sathu's up, going for another dunk. It's kept up by Skills. ZPS is there. The shot, and that's going to be saved. Hit down to the ground, and Afterthought get the win in game 2.
Get the win in game 2, and once again, just by 1 goal, the Compadres keeping it so close. But you have to wonder what could have been if they buried their opportunities when they presented themselves. There were at least 2 that were wide open that were just missed.
Well, I mean, I would have loved to see what the situation was there. Were they out of boost? Were they just barely out of position? What was it? Because it seemed like ZPS had 2 really good passes to his teammates that seemed like they could have been scoring opportunities, ones that could have gotten them back into it. They could have very easily won this game, but like you said, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Doesn't matter if you don't hit it in game time. That's all. That's all the difference is.
Well, a lot of times it seems like players think that they have less time than they actually do, so they rush the shot. And I think for Skills, that's what happened there. He didn't expect that net to be wide open, and he was going for a power shot to try and get it by the defenders, but there were none there. So he shot it high, and it went off the crossbar. You got to be able to read the field, and it's milliseconds how you got to read the field at this level of play. And
sometimes those moments that are the difference
between
winning a game, sometimes even winning a series. So Afterthought, a 2-0 lead now, a big advantage going into game 3. Reverse sweeps are pretty rare. We did see one earlier today, but against a team like Afterthought who's up there on the leaderboards, this is going to be tough.
Well, Afterthought doing everything they can. They're not going to put their fate in other teams as far as this season's concerned. They're trying to hold on to the 11 losses. Game differential huge. Right now, they're only down 2 games compared to Charlotte Phoenix. They want to keep it that close. They want to be in that second spot all the way at the end of the season, and that's what they need to focus on here. Close this game out. Don't put another loss in your loss column. They're probably going to win this series, but you don't want to lose any more games.
You want every advantage possible. Game differential could be that key factor, like you're saying. So can they close it out here? Afterthought going for the sweep over Compadres. Compadres not out of it just yet. And they have been sticking with Afterthought for in Game 1 and Game 2. Both of those games were close.
Yeah, like I said, within one. But when it comes to playing a team like Afterthought, you're not going to see a lot of opportunities come where it's an open net. It's just not going to happen. A team like this doesn't make too many mistakes. So when they do, you have to punish them. You have to say, you messed up. You really messed up. You're going to go down on the scoreline. Just didn't happen. And Afterthought sees that, and they're out of position now. So, hey, let's run our offense now.
And we're going to get into the game in just a moment. A player just restarting their game, so it's taking a little longer than usual, but we'll get them back in here and get Game 3 started very soon. It looks like they're joining up right now, so we'll be able to get right into it, Subi. And this is a chance for Afterthought to close it out. Compadres' life, they still have it, but they're going to have to win here.
This is a massive game for the Compadres, not just this series, but the entire season right now. There's so many implications that could come from this. And right now, Charlotte Phoenix rooting on the Compadres most. They want to lock in top 4, and what a way to do it right off the kickoff. Astro with a 5-second goal.
You know, it reminds me a little bit of Game 1. Astro getting to that ball fast. Everyone on Afterthought out getting boost. Nobody was home defending net. Off kickoff. Double commit. Sathu out of boost. Shock controlling it. Going for a 50-50. Well handled by ZPS. Sathu picking up full boost. Center to Dapper. Dapper off the ceiling. Sathu racing to it, but Astro will get there first. Hit it up the side.
Where did Shock come from? Came out of nowhere, just trying to put any touch on the ball to throw the Compadres off.
And it's worked as they kept that ball in the Compadres' half for a little while, but now the ball back in Afterthought's half. Skills towards the net, hit away from Sathu, and now a clear upfield. ZPS will turn on it. Dapper off the backboard. Shock taking his time, the shot. And that one is slotted top shelf.
And Shock showing you why patience is a virtue. Waits for Astro to get all messed up and tangled in net. Fires it right up at the upper 90 and ties this game up right after 1 minute of gameplay.
Shock having a great series on both defense and offense all around. Making some key plays. Going for another one. Gets the dunk. It bounces out. A demo on ZPS from Dapper. Good bounce. Double commit. The double commit from Afterthought now on the other end. Compadres keeping the pressure on. Shot down towards net.
And that misplay we just saw, James, gotta sting a little bit if you're on Afterthought. Gotta have communication there. Someone's gotta call one of the other players off. Even if it's the player not going for the ball, just say, hey, Dapper's got it, or vice versa. But right there, both players going for it, and missed opportunity.
You hate to see players double commit on a nice shooting opportunity. Compadres, their defense has been holding up. They just need to find that little bit extra energy to put themselves over the top. They've gotten so close in Game 1 and Game 2. They have what it takes to get back in this series. Big challenge there. Boost steal. ZPS a chance. Puts a shot towards the net. Shock was the last back. Stretch to make that save. Now another shooting opportunity. Passes to the middle. Astro found Skills. It's up in the air. ZPS going to go for another touch. Kicks out into the middle. Double commit from Afterthought. But it's hit far enough upfield. Afterthought will be able to recover.
Great boom downfield from ZPS. That one over his head. Sathu up. Can't find the double tap, but in swoops Dapper. Easily saved away from Astro.
That backboard bounce could have been the death of Compadres, but Sathu was not able to make the read. Compadres taking a sigh of relief. Now another shot bouncing off the backboard. Sathu took his time, managed to get it around the defender. Compadres, they are really starting to put the pressure on.
Starting to heat up. starting to get comfortable in the defensive zone of Afterthought. This clear, though, over Astro. In comes Sathu, and again, can't read the backboard. That one a little more difficult, but Dapper pushed this ball forward again for Afterthought, looking to just pad this stats. Game remains tied, and ZPS takes that ball and flicks it forward. Back and forth, a little bit of ping pong action. Neither team wanting to get caught pushing forward too far.
ZPS hits it out towards the middle. Drive down from Shock. Astro with the follow-up. Dapper's going to hit off the ceiling. Not the greatest touch. Doesn't get the follow-up, but it threw Skills off the trail. Final minute. Sathu hitting it downfield. Astro popping it up. Shock with the challenge. Back down to Skills. Skills booms it. Sathu over to Shock. Shock gets full boost. Opts to clear it. Astro waiting. Skills aiming for backboard. It's denied. The center ball off the backboard. Double tap pass. Doesn't really go anywhere. But Compadres forcing Afterthought back. Astro handles that hot hit very well. Popping it over, now up.
Oh, great dunk. But Afterthought starting to push forward a little bit. Not something you want to do within 30 seconds of gameplay. Pass forward to Sathu just off the crossbar, and what a read to put it in and take game number 3 and the series.
Sathu, you madman, look at this double tap. What on earth? I need to see another, what even?
I don't know, but he did it somehow in some way.
I was getting ready to look away and prepare myself for overtime.